Hey my foodie friends, how you doing today? I hope you're well. Today I'm going to do a recipe with some soy protein meatballs in a delicious pepper sauce. Let's have a look and see how we do it. I've got a deep skillet and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use any oil you like. Try to use polyunsaturated or at least unsaturated. I wouldn't use butter or margarine in case you're vegan. You want to use something that's veggie. To that pan I'm adding 2 tablespoons of garlic. We're bringing that up to temperature and we're going to saute the garlic till it becomes aromatic and slightly brown. Be careful that it doesn't get too dark because it will turn bitter and make your sauce really acrid tasting. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of a pepper tomato paste. This comes in a mild version and it also comes in a hot version. So if you want this sauce to be zingy, use the hot version. This is an absolute delicious sauce. It comes out of Hungary usually, but you can find it in your imported food aisle in your grocery store. It's absolutely delicious. You should try it. I'm adding 1 pint of mushrooms. These happen to be brown that I've sliced. And I've got 1 sweet bell pepper that I've cut into slivers. We're going to saute all those vegetables until they start to get beautifully tender and crisp. I'm adding some salt and pepper. You don't want to overcook these until they get mushy. We want some crispness in this sauce. So I added some freshly ground sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. If you didn't use the hot pepper tomato sauce, you might want to add some cayenne or maybe a dash of hot sauce now to make it a bit picante. Because it's tomato sauce, we need to cook out those, the tomato paste. If you don't, your sauce will end up tasting kind of raw, and that's why you always need to cook out tomato paste. I'm adding about a dozen soy protein meatballs. You can buy these just about everywhere nowadays. These ones happen to be frozen. And these ones also happen to be quite dense. So simmering them in some sauce like this will soften them up a bit. I've also had some meatballs that have been very moist. So just judge how much moisture you need in your dish. I'm adding 1 to 2 cups of vegetable broth. And the amount will vary depending on how dry or juicy your meatballs are and what kind of gravy you want. Sometimes you want it saucy and sometimes you want it a bit dry. Just depends. Whatever your preference is. Doesn't matter, it's all good. Giving that a stir and bringing it up to a boil. Doesn't it look good? This has been simmering for a while. The meatballs have sucked up some of the tomato pepper sauce. And now I'm adding a potato starch slurry. You can use any starch you like. Potato starch is good. Corn starch is good. Arrowroot flour is good. If you're allergic to gluten, don't use flour. Rice flour is a good substitute. All of those are good thickening products. You need to bring these up to a boil in order for it to reach its full thickening power, and you have a delicious, luxurious tomato pepper sauce that goes with these beautiful meatballs. Now you could also make this in an Italian version and add some Italian seasoning and some Parmesan cheese, and you get a slightly different flavor. You could also make sweet and sour out of this recipe by adding sugar and vinegar, If you're on a calorie restricted diet though, you might want to use Splenda or something like that. So there's the finished dish. Delicious with rice, on pasta, with bread, whatever you like. It's delicious and quick. I hope you enjoy it. If you like the recipe, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Love to have more of you here with me. Thanks for stopping by for a veggie meatball recipe. I almost forgot what I was going to say. See you next time.